how can I save money on everyday expenses? If you are trying to figure out how can I get some extra cash in my current budget, I'm going to give you 5 steps to find $50 to $200 in your current budget so you can improve your lifestyle, pay down debt, or invest in property. And let me tell you, number 5 is going to shock you. My name is Jackie Elias, and I am the Future Bound CEO, where we help you get mortgage and financially free. We have online courses, mortgage advice, and we have one-on-one mortgage debt reduction services that help you to make the best of your life, live the life of fulfillment that you want with the money that you have now and the time that you have, so you can live the life in retirement that you want. If you want more tips and help and guidance to get mortgage and financially free, like, subscribe, follow us, and let's get into today's content. I'm going to give you 5 steps that you can do this week, today, hopefully, if you need to find more cash in your budget that you're doing right now. So the key is, before you can actually implement these steps, you have to have a budget. You have to have a spending plan or a budget. Now, the difference is a budget looks backward. What did you spend previously? A spending plan is what is your plan for when you get your money, what you will do looking forward. So you need to have either of those so you can see actually what you're spending, so you can be able to implement these 5 steps, okay? So step number 1, find your 5 largest expenses in your budget or your spending plan. Just find your 5 largest, and that's what you're going to attack first. Step 2, for each of them, decide, are you going to reduce, are you going to completely eliminate, or are you going to switch? Let's get into what those mean. Reducing spending means that I'm not going to actually change a provider, or I'm not going to completely eliminate it. I'm just going to reduce. So usually these are discretionary spending, okay? So on the coffees, on eating out, on buying extra clothing or purses or toys, those things, you can reduce the amount that you spend on those to save you some extra cash each week. What about eliminating? Eliminating spending is you can completely just stop buying certain things, stop spending your money on certain things. You might say, actually, I don't actually need the subscription anymore. A really huge place to find savings every single week or every single month is in your subscriptions. Go through all of your subscriptions. Are you still using them? Are they just kind of coming in and you don't even really know? The third thing is to switch providers. This is where huge savings can happen on things like your mortgage. You might need to refinance. On your electricity, maybe you need to change a provider and get one of those yummy discounts that they give you when you switch to a new provider, right? Your utilities, your mortgage, those are huge things that you can save money on. The third thing to do is to look around and see what kind of things that you have that have debt on it. Maybe it's time to sell them to reduce the amount that you're paying. You might have to still pay some debt off, but eventually you won't have that. So for example, a car that has a lot of debt on it, you can sell it and then buy a car with cash, and then you will not have any debt on it. And while you're paying off the debt that you owe, you will have less expenses after a while. So this one might take a little bit depending on what it is that you are selling. You might actually be able to get a reduction in your expenses right away, and some people it might take a little bit longer, but that is something that you can do. Might hurt a little bit, but you definitely can save money in that area. Number 4, this is for you guys that have a lot of short-term debt. You might need to just consolidate your short-term debt. What that means is that if you have higher interest rates, you can find either a personal loan, but what I suggest is into your mortgage, because it's usually a lower interest rate, where you can bring all of those loans in together into one with a lower interest rate, so you can have smaller monthly payment right away. Now, caveat, I forgot to say, caveat is this is an extreme situation. You shouldn't do this if you can afford to pay down your debt using a debt snowball or a debt avalanche approach. So definitely talk to a mortgage advisor if you have a mortgage, or a financial advisor of some sort, to look at your situation, to advise what's the best products for you in your situation. And number 5, this is kind of shocking. Go to an ATM or your bank and get out some cash for your daily spending. Using cash makes you actually spend less. You feel it more. When that cash leaves your hand, you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to spend that. You see it leaving your wallet or your pocket, and so you actually spend less money when you use cash. So for your everyday expenses, your discretionary expenses, your petrol every week, your groceries, if you use cash, you will spend less, right? Something you probably didn't think about. So if these tips seem like, oh yes, I need help with them, either cutting or reducing or switching providers for your spending, maybe you don't have a spending plan, maybe you're looking like, actually I think I need to consolidate some debt because I have a lot of short-term debt and I need to reduce my spending. You need that extra cash soon, right away. Please do book a 15-minute chat with us so we can look over your situation and give you a plan for how you can be able to get some extra cash and either live the lifestyle that you want, pay down extra debt, or invest in property. Talk soon.
For more financial tips, advice, and education, subscribe to us on YouTube and don't forget to hit that notification bell.